the star that could change everything. The night sky has always held secrets, its twinkling lights whispering tales of creation, destruction, and the vastness of the cosmos. On a chilly evening in late May 2025, the world's gaze turned upward, drawn by a startling proclamation from one of humanity's most enigmatic visionaries, Elon Musk. Known for his audacious predictions and world-shaping ambitions, Musk had once again seized the global stage, this time with a warning that felt like it was ripped from the pages of a science fiction novel. Betelgeuse, the fiery red supergiant star in the Orion constellation, was on the brink of a catastrophic explosion, a supernova. And according to Musk, this cosmic event was not centuries or millennia away, but mere weeks, perhaps just 2. Even more astonishing, he claimed its effects could ripple across Earth, touching down with particular intensity in the northeastern United States, New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. As the news spread like wildfire across social media, newsrooms, and dinner table conversations, a single question loomed. Could this be true? Was Betelgeuse, a star 640 light-years away, really about to detonate? And could its explosive finale disrupt life on Earth? What did Musk know that the rest of us didn't? The world held its breath, caught between awe and apprehension, as telescopes turned toward the hunter's shoulder in the night sky, the star that burns bright. To understand the weight of Musk's warning, we must first meet Betelgeuse, a celestial titan that has captivated humanity for centuries. If you've ever gazed at the Orion constellation, you've likely noticed it. A reddish glow mark in the hunter's left shoulder, one of the brightest stars visible to the naked eye. Its name, derived from the Arabic yad al-Jawza, meaning the hand of Orion, hints at its prominence in ancient lore. To astronomers, Betelgeuse is more than a pretty light. It's a cosmic behemoth, a red supergiant roughly 700 times the diameter of our Sun. If placed at the center of our solar system, its fiery surface would engulf Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, stretching nearly to Jupiter's orbit. Betelgeuse is a star living on borrowed time. Unlike our Sun, a stable middle-aged star with billions of years left to burn, Betelgeuse is a cosmic rebel, a massive star that burns hot and fast. Its life cycle, measured in millions rather than billions of years, is nearing its end. For decades, astronomers have watched Betelgeuse with a mix of fascination and anticipation, knowing that its death will be nothing short of spectacular. A supernova, an explosion so powerful it can outshine entire galaxies for weeks. The idea of Betelgeuse going supernova isn't new. Scientists have long speculated that its erratic behavior, fluctuations in brightness, sudden dimming events, could signal the beginning of the end. In late 2019 and early 2020, the star made headlines when it dimmed dramatically, dropping to just 40% of its usual brightness. Stargazers noticed a change with their naked eyes, and astronomers scrambled to explain it. Was this the prelude to a supernova? Theories abounded, from dust clouds obscuring the star to internal convulsions signaling its imminent collapse. By mid-2020, Betelgeuse brightened again, leaving scientists intrigued but uncertain. The star was clearly unstable, but predicting when it would explode remained a cosmic guessing game. Enter Elon Musk, a man who thrives on defying expectations. In late May 2025, Musk took to X, his platform for unfiltered communication, and dropped a bombshell. Betelgeuse was not just unstable, it was on the verge of exploding, and the event could happen in as little as 2 weeks. More startling still, he suggested that the supernova's effects could reach Earth, potentially disrupting technology and even posing risks to regions like New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. The announcement sent shockwaves through the scientific community and the public alike. Was this another of Musk's bold provocations, or did he have access to data the rest of the world hadn't seen? A cosmic countdown. Musk's prediction wasn't entirely out of left field. Betelgeuse has been a subject of intense study for years, its every flicker scrutinized by telescopes around the globe. Astronomers know that red supergiants, like Betelgeuse, are ticking time bombs. These massive stars burn to their fuel at a ferocious pace, fusing heavier and heavier elements in their cores until they can no longer sustain themselves. When the fuel runs out, the star's core collapses under its own gravity, triggering an explosion that releases energy equivalent to billions of suns. The result is a supernova, a cosmic spectacle that can shine brighter than a full moon and remain visible for months. What makes a supernova so extraordinary and potentially dangerous is the sheer scale of its output. In addition to visible light, a supernova unleashes a torrent of high-energy radiation, including gamma rays and cosmic rays. These invisible forces can travel vast distances, carrying potential to disrupt anything in their path. For a star like Betelgeuse, located 640 light-years from Earth, most scientists have long assumed that its distance would shield us from any serious harm. The radiation, they argued, would dissipate over the vast expanse of space, leaving Earth to witness a dazzling light show with no lasting consequences. Musk, however, painted a different picture. In his X post, he suggested that Betelgeuse's explosion could release enough radiation to affect Earth's atmosphere, potentially disrupting satellite communications, power grids, and even human health in certain regions. The mention of New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey raised eyebrows. Why these specific areas? Was Musk hinting at a localized effect tied to atmospheric or magnetic conditions? Or was this a dramatic flourish meant to capture attention? The lack of specifics only fueled speculation, as people turned to scientists for answers. Among those weighing in was renowned theoretical physicist Michio Kaku, who has long studied the life cycles of stars. Kaku acknowledged that Betelgeuse's time was running out, possibly within our lifetimes. Stars like Betelgeuse don't go quietly, he said in a recent interview. When they die, they do so with a bang that can reshape our understanding of the universe. But Kaku was quick to temper Musk's warnings. While a supernova was indeed possible, he argued that Earth's distance from Betelgeuse, 640 light-years, would likely protect us from any direct harm. Gamma rays, he explained, would lose much of their intensity over such a vast distance, and Earth's atmosphere and magnetic field would deflect most cosmic rays. Still, Musk's timeline was unprecedented. Predicting a supernova down to a 2-week window is a feat that has eluded even the most advanced astronomers. Stars like Betelgeuse can linger on the edge of collapse for thousands, even millions of years. So what gave Musk such confidence? Did he have access to new observations, perhaps from SpaceX's advanced telescopes or undisclosed data from international observatories? Or was this a calculated move to spark public interest in space, a realm Musk has long championed as humanity's next frontier? The science of a stellar explosion. To understand the stakes, we need to dive into the mechanics of a supernova. Imagine a star like Betelgeuse as a cosmic furnace, burning through its nuclear fuel at a staggering rate. For millions of years, it fuses hydrogen into helium, then helium into heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and eventually iron. When the core fills with iron, the star hits a wall. Iron doesn't produce energy through fusion. Instead, it absorbs it, causing the core collapse under the crushing weight of gravity. This collapse happens in a fraction of a second, compressing the core to the density of an atomic nucleus. The outer layers of the star crash inward, then rebound in a cataclysmic explosion that releases a burst of light, heat, and radiation. For a brief moment, the star shines brighter than an entire galaxy, visible across vast distances. The remnants of the explosion form a nebula, a glowing cloud of gas and dust that can seed the formation of new stars and planets. Supernovae are the universe's forges, creating the heavy elements, gold, silver, uranium, that make up our world and even our bodies. For Earth, a supernova 640 light-years away is unlikely to cause apocalyptic destruction, but it's not without risks. The primary concern is radiation, particularly gamma rays and cosmic rays. Gamma rays are high-energy electromagnetic waves that can penetrate matter and disrupt molecular structures. In extreme cases, a nearby supernova, within 30 to 50 light-years, could strip away Earth's ozone layer, exposing life to harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun's cosmic rays. High-energy particles traveling near the speed of light could also pose a threat, especially to technology. Musk's warning focused on these invisible dangers. He suggested that Betelgeuse's explosion could release a pulse of radiation strong enough to affect Earth's atmosphere, particularly in the northeastern United States. The mention of New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey sparked debate. Was Musk implying that these areas, with their dense populations and critical infrastructure, were uniquely vulnerable? Some speculated that atmospheric conditions, such as the region's position relative to Earth's magnetic field, could amplify the effects of incoming radiation. Others dismissed the claim as hyperbole, noting that the entire planet would experience any effects uniformly. The scientific consensus leans toward caution. At 640 light-years, Betelgeuse is far enough that most of its radiation would dissipate before reaching Earth. The atmosphere and magnetic field would absorb or deflect much of what remains, protecting life on the surface. However, satellites, which orbit above the protective shield of the atmosphere, are more vulnerable. A surge of gamma rays or cosmic rays could damage their electronics, disrupting GPS, telecommunications, and weather forecasting. In a world that relies heavily on satellites for everything from navigation to financial transactions, even a temporary outage could cause chaos. The Musk factor. Elon Musk is no stranger to controversy, and his Betelgeuse prediction fits his pattern of making bold, attention-grabbing statements. From colonizing Mars to building hyperloops, Musk has a knack for envisioning futures that seem impossible until they aren't. His role as CEO of SpaceX, a company pushing the boundaries of space exploration, gives him access to cutting-edge technology and data. Could SpaceX's telescopes or partnerships with observatories have detected something astronomers missed? Or is Musk leveraging his platform to spark public interest in astronomy, much as he's done for electric vehicles and reusable rockets? The timing of his announcement is curious. In recent years, Betelgeuse has shown unusual behavior, including the dramatic dimming event of 2019 to 2020. Astronomers initially thought this could be a sign of an impending supernova, but later studies suggested it was caused by a cloud of dust ejected by the star. Since then, Betelgeuse has continued to fluctuate, keeping scientists on edge. Musk's claim of a 2-week timeline suggests either new evidence or a bold interpretation of existing data. Without specifics, the scientific community remains skeptical, but the public is captivated. Musk's mention of New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey add a layer of intrigue. These areas are home to critical infrastructure, Wall Street, major airports, power grids. That could be vulnerable to disruptions. A surge of cosmic radiation could, in theory, interfere with satellite communications or power systems, causing blackouts or navigation failures. However, scientists argue that any effects will be global, not localized to one region. Musk's specificity could be a rhetorical device to make the threat feel immediate and personal, or it might hint at undisclosed data about atmospheric or magnetic anomalies in the region. What happens next? As the 2-week countdown ticks on, the world watches Betelgeuse with bated breath. Astronomers have trained their telescopes on the star, hoping to capture the first signs of its collapse. If Musk is right, we could soon witness a spectacle unlike anything in recorded history. A supernova in our cosmic backyard would light up the night sky, potentially outshining the moon and remaining visible for weeks or months. For stargazers, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime event, a chance to see the universe's raw power up close. But what about the risks? If Betelgeuse goes supernova, the immediate effects on Earth would likely be minimal. The star's distance ensures that most of its radiation would weaken before reaching us. However, a strong pulse of gamma rays or cosmic rays could still cause disruptions. Satellites might need to be powered down to avoid damage, and airlines might reroute flights to minimize radiation exposure for passengers and crew. Power grids, particularly in regions with aging infrastructure, could face temporary outages if electromagnetic interference occurs. Musk's warning about New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey remains a point of contention. While the scientific community dismisses the idea of localized devastation, the possibility of technological disruptions is real. A sudden loss of satellite communications could ripple through financial markets, transportation, and emergency services. In a hyperconnected world, even a brief interruption could have far-reaching consequences. Beyond the immediate risks, a Betelgeuse supernova would be a scientific bonanza. Astronomers would gain a front-row seat to one of the universe's most dramatic events, collecting data that could redefine our understanding of stellar evolution. The explosion would produce heavy elements, scattered into space to form new stars and planets. It would be a reminder of our place in the cosmos, both insignificant and deeply connected to the stars. A cosmic wake-up call. As the world awaits Betelgeuse's fate, Musk's prediction has sparked a broader conversation about our relationship with the universe. For centuries, humanity has looked to the stars for inspiration, guidance, and meaning. Betelgeuse, with its fiery glow, has been a constant in our skies, a symbol of the cosmos' beauty and mystery. Now, it may be on the verge of transformation that will captivate our imaginations and challenge our understanding. Whether Musk's 2-week timeline proves accurate or not, his warning has reminded us of the universe's unpredictability. A supernova, even one 640 light-years away, is a humbling event,